Hatred is not caused by race, gender, or class. These are just labels attached to deeper emotions. The real cause of hatred is anger. No one hates without first being angry. To understand hatred, we must first understand anger. Anger does not come from the situation itself, it comes from a belief that things should have happened differently. It arises from expectation, entitlement, and victimhood. People expect fairness, respect, or control, and when they don't get it, they get angry. But not everyone reacts with anger. Only those who feel entitled to a different outcome and see themselves as victims respond this way. Two people can experience the same event. One moves on, and while the other burns with resentment. The difference is not the event, but the interpretation. Unresolved anger becomes hatred. People seek an explanation for their frustration and look for someone to blame. If they are taught to see race, gender, or class as the cause of their suffering, their anger gets funneled into these categories. But the anger itself has nothing to do with these labels. It is frustration, fear, and perceived injustice seeking a target. When people identify a group or ideology as the cause of their pain, their anger solidifies into hatred. People are told that hatred comes from racism or sexism or classism. But if that were true, removing these categories should eliminate hate. But it doesn't. If racism controlled hatred, eliminating the racial categories should remove it. It doesn't. If sexism caused hatred, removing gender roles should end it. It doesn't. And if classism caused hatred, economic equality should erase it. But it doesn't. And the reason? The real cause, anger. Anger remains. And as long as people feel powerless, disrespected, or frustrated, they will find new targets for their hatred. Isms are just labels. The real fuel is anger. Blaming isms keeps people distracted from the real issue, emotional dysfunction, or unresolved trauma and social conditioning that encourages the victimhood. This benefits governments, media, and corporations, which thrive on division. A divided society is easier to control. As long as people focus on identity categories instead of questioning their emotional responses, they remain trapped in conflict. If you want to end hatred, don't fight isms. Understand anger. If you want to end division, don't focus on labels. Focus on the pain that makes people seek enemies. Real change comes from not attacking categories, but from eliminating the anger that fuels them. The world is not divided by race, gender, or class. It is divided by anger and manipulation. Once you stop seeing hatred through the lens of isms and recognize it as misplaced anger, you will understand why conflict never ends. The real battle is not between groups, it's between those ruled by anger and those free from it.